In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace a control arm on your Toyota Highlander, located on the passenger side. To do this, you are going to have to remove the transmission mount to gain access to the control arm bolts. Remove your 5 21mm lug nuts. Remove the front wheel. We're going to remove the engine splash shield. There's 14 10mm bolts and 3 clips. Remove the clips. Go around and remove our 10mm bolts. Remove the center splash guard using a 10mm socket. Take out the 4 bolts. And there's 1 plastic clip in the middle. Using a flat blade screwdriver or a little pick tool, pick up on this little clip that's holding on the center splash shield and pull backwards. Remove the 2 front clips out of the left under splash shield. You might have to hold the top with your fingers as you twist out. This one doesn't have any threads left, so it just pulls down. With those 2 removed, we now have access to the arm coming to the subframe. There's 2 14mm bolts and 1 14mm nut on the bracket going to the subframe. We're going to remove those. Now we'll allow the subframe to drop when we start taking out the subframe bolt. We're going to remove the bolts off the front engine mount. To start, pull the cap out of the subframe using a small pick. And there's a bolt up in that hole. Remove the 3 14mm nuts. Remove the 14mm nut and the 2 14mm bolts out of the bracket that's going to the front subframe. Go ahead and pull it down. Just make sure it moves freely. Remove the 2 nuts and 1 bolt for the ball joint. Remove the 3 17mm bolts for the transmission mount on the left. There's usually 2 caps here on the subframe. Using a small pick, just pull them down. Our vehicle just did not have them. Using a 19mm wrench, we're going to remove the top nut on the left side transmission mount. Put that to the side. Using a suitable jack and jacking point, we're going to lift up on the engine so we can then remove our transmission mount. When you're lifting this up, you want to make sure that you don't lift it up so far that you pull your car off the lifting points. So keep an eye on those. Support your subframe before you start loosening the bolts. We are going to loosen the 2 left subframe bolts. You do not want to take these all the way out. Only drop them down about 1/4 of an inch to start. Start there. Then we'll go to the one in the back. Loosen the rear subframe bolt. Same thing with this bolt as the one in the front. You only want to drop it about 1/4 inch to start. Once the 2 left subframe bolts are loosened, we're going to go down with our jack and start to see how much space we need. We're going to go down on our jack. With the jack slightly under the subframe, not supporting it, we're going to put a pry bar right under the control arm. We're going to pull the stud out of the transmission, and then we're going to, once it sits down in this little circular groove, we're going to slightly pry down under the control arm and pull back and pull the transmission mount out. Using a 22mm socket, remove the 2 front control arm bolts. Using a 22mm socket, remove the 2nd bolt on the control arm. Using a 19mm wrench and socket, I'm going to hold the nut on the top while removing the bolt. Pull the bolt out. Now that all the bolts are out of our control arm, we're going to use a pry bar and pry the control arm off of the ball joint. Now we're going to move to this back bushing and pry it out of its little spot, and the control arm comes out. Before replacing your bolts, if you would like to clean them, do it now. Install the control arm spacer, and then go ahead and put up your control arm. Using a little punch, I'm going to install and line up this bushing in the control arm first. I have anti-seize on the shank of the bolt. I put blue thread locker on the threads. Push that through and we'll put a nut on there and leave it loose. We're going to pull down. Knock the control arm into place. Same thing on these bolts. I put a little bit of anti-seize on the shank of the bolt. Can be hard to line these up. You can use a flat blade screwdriver or a small punch to help you line up the control arm bolts. You can see the bottom of the bolt through the bottom of the subframe sight hole. See if it's actually twisting in or not. Do the same thing on the back one. Just get it started so you make sure it's not cross-threading. Once you see that they're not cross-threading, you can use an air tool or electric gun and finish them. Using one hand, pull down on the control arm. You could also use a pry bar to help you pull down. My ball joint twisted out of the way to the front. Line up the studs on the bottom. And be careful, do not let your fingers get pinched in between these two. It will hurt. Install the bolt and 2 nuts onto the ball joint. And now we'll go around and tighten down all of the bolts that we just put in. Using a wrench to hold the nut up top, I'm going to tighten the bolt going to the rear of the control arm. Tighten down the ball joint nuts. And 1 bolt. Tighten the 2 front control arm bolts. The reason you want to be very careful not to cross thread these is because the nut is welded into the subframe. Torque the front control arm bolts to 148 foot-pounds. Torque the rear control arm bolt to 100 foot-pounds. Torque the 2 nuts and 1 ball joint bolt to 68 foot-pounds. Install the transmission mount. Line up all the bolts on the bottom. Put it in so it's at an angle. Put a pry bar in between the control arm and the subframe and pull down. This will give you just enough room to get the stud under the transmission. And then line up the stud with that and put it in. As you lower the engine, you want to make sure that this stud is still lined up and inside of the hole. We're going to put the subframe bolts up now. Install the nut and the bolts into the subframe plates. I'm going to put a little bit of anti-seize on all of my bolts. The copper installed. Install all of these. Do the same thing on the bracket in the back. Tighten the 2 big subframe bolts. Do the same thing in the back. Torque them to 63 foot-pounds. Tighten the 14mm bolts and nuts. Torque these 2 bolts and nut to 24 foot-pounds. Do the same thing on the front. Install the 17mm nuts onto the bottom of the transmission mount. I put a bit of anti-seize on all of these studs before I installed these nuts. Tighten down the 3 nuts. Torque the 3 nuts to 73 foot-pounds. Lower the engine, making sure this stud is still lined up. Also be sure that the studs on the front of the engine mount lined up back with the subframe. Put copper anti-seize on all 3 of these studs if you'd like to. Thread the nuts on by hand. and then tighten them down. Torque them to 63 foot-pounds. Install the left-hand transmission mount top nut. Tighten it down. Torque the top nut to 70 foot-pounds. If you can't get a torque wrench in there, do the best you can. Then go around and tighten up all your bolts. Push the under tray clips back in. Just line them up and push straight up. Install the center splash shield into these little clips. There's one push clip in the center. The screw thread bolts go up front. And the fine thread bolts go in the back. Tighten them down. Put in your 5 lug nuts. Tighten the lug nuts down in a star pattern to make sure the wheel seat's square. And then with the car on the ground, we'll torque the wheels. Torque your lug nuts to 80 foot-pounds in a star pattern. Once you're done with this job, take your car to a local shop and have them do an alignment.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.